If people don't come back to your channel, it is not your hook, it is not your title, it's your narrative arc. And here is the shift that changed everything for me, and I believe it will change everything for you. You don't need to go viral. You need to be binge-worthy. Welcome to the third episode of Start Your Story, a series where I break down the foundations of episodic storytelling so you can build a binge-worthy brand. Hi, I am Darren. I'm a Writers Guild Award-winning creator who got her start right here on YouTube, and now I want to help creators go from stuck and scattered to a strategic storyteller. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 channel narratives that work again and again on YouTube. The top creators use these narratives. It will give your content structure, clarity, and rewatchability. Here's the truth. A viral hit gets you views, but a binge-worthy show builds a brand. And that's not just a creative opinion. It is backed by how YouTube works right now. Watch time, retention, and repeat viewers are the core levers of the current YouTube algorithm. And good storytelling gets you increased retention, longer watch hours, and repeat viewers or subscribers. But here's the deeper reason why it matters so much right now. YouTube has become TV, and not just metaphorically, literally. It is the #1 TV streaming service, ahead of Netflix, ahead of every other streaming service out there. And YouTube CEO Neil Mohan has been very clear at every event over the last couple months that he saw YouTubers as the startups of Hollywood. And you may think that is so far beyond where I'm at, Darren, but the reality is that creators who build shows, not just random videos, are the ones that I believe will rise in this new era of YouTube. So if you want to grow an audience, build a business, and future-proof your channel, you need depth. And that starts with building a repeatable channel narrative. And that is what we're going to be doing today. The first 2 are great for creators who are using personal storytelling, where your personal journey is very, very, very central to your content. And the second 2 are great for creators who take a more analytical approach, who want to be the vessel for investigation and thought leadership. Both are totally valid episodic storytelling techniques, but different approaches. The first channel narrative, life transition. This is an immensely popular channel narrative here on YouTube where the creator is sharing their personal journey. They're going through a life transition. It could be changing careers, changing lifestyles, and they're sharing that journey. And it's typically for a viewer who's maybe a step or 2 behind them in that same life transition, or maybe wants to make that life transition and hasn't done it yet. And they're maybe getting the courage and the bravery to do it by learning from this creator's journey. Anybody that's watched the show or some big time lawyer is forced to move home to the small town ranch that they grew up in and are facing some emotional challenge or life challenge, and the whole series is built around that life transition, knows that you cannot stop watching. You get so invested in that person's life transition, and especially if it's one that you connect to or relate to. It is a great dramatic form of storytelling, and it is a great shared narrative as well. The second channel narrative that works really well on YouTube is battling an antagonist. This frames your channel around overcoming something, whether it's burnout, it's hustle culture, the algorithm, AI, whatever the case may be, it is this antagonist. And what happens is that your viewer also shares that antagonist. They are also battling that same antagonist. So you have this connection over this same battle that you and your viewer are both going through. Anybody who has watched a movie or a TV show where a character is facing a challenge and the whole movie is about them overcoming it against all odds will know the power in this storytelling. I usually cry, to be honest, so that says something. And if you need help with your backstory, I created a free backstory builder. It's 5 simple prompts to help you construct a backstory that your viewer will connect with, and I'll pop the link in my description. The third channel narrative that works again and again on YouTube is solving a mystery. And I'm not just talking about actual mysteries, although they are very popular for a reason, but it really is about documenting the search for an answer to something. So if you're a deep dive girly or a deep dive dude, then this is the narrative for you. You are positioning yourself as the curious guide. This whole narrative is built on your curiosity to solve something. And this is where I would fit someone like Sean Cannell, right? Sean Cannell, who is the main face of Think Media, a fantastic channel. Actually, they have multiple YouTube channels, but all of them are fantastic. For anybody who's watched Sean's content, he will share his story. He does occasionally share his story, right? But for the most part, what people connect to about Sean is his curiosity about YouTube. That curiosity to crack this thing is what people connect to. Usually they're also trying to crack it, so they have a shared curiosity for that same mystery. And so it's less about sharing your personal journey as it is about sharing your curiosity and passion for cracking this particular thing. Another example of this would be someone like Nicky Saunders, who is on a quest to crack how introverted creators can use AI to build their business. And so she's the one that is testing all these tools out. She's the one that's breaking it down, right? And it's all about her curiosity about AI and how creators can use it. And so again, like Sean, she occasionally shares her personal journey, but for the most part, what people are connecting to is this curiosity that she has about AI. And the fourth approach is being on a mission. You are not just creating videos, you are rallying around a cause or an issue. Often with this, your personal story is what drove you to do this. So your personal story is a part of the narrative, but it is often more in the form of backstory, and it's how people trust you. And then sometimes you're sharing your personal stories as examples to help your viewer work through whatever issue they're going through because you've been through it. But the channel narrative is less about your journey than it is about the mission. Because you may have already gone through the journey, you may have already gone through the life transition. So you're not going through it in real time like the first example, but you've gone through it and now you have a mission to help other people that are now going through the journey that you already went through. Did that make sense? That was a lot of words. Not sure yet which one fits your story. Don't worry. You don't need to be a professional screenwriter, but you do need to start thinking like a showrunner. And that is why I created the Storytelling Room, a free community on the school platform where I will be sharing videos, content, interviews, but more importantly, it is a place where creators can get feedback on thumbnails and titles and their videos and their brand strategy. When I started out and I was finding my voice as a creator, I had an amazing community of web series creators, many of whom are my friends to this day, 15 years later, 10 to 15 years later. So I wanted to create a community like that for you. The conversations have been very active, so I'm very excited about it, and I hope you join. I will pop the link in my description, and I hope to see you there. If you missed episode 1 and 2, this is a great time to go check it out. Until next time, keep creating and keep thinking like a showrunner.